Hello everyone and welcome to my new video. It's been a while since I made any building content, so I decided to try upgrading your block designs that you've submitted to me. I received a lot of submissions, so I picked only the ones that I thought would be the most interesting to work on. And even then, after picking my favorites, there were still a lot of block designs, so I decided to split this video into multiple parts. I don't know how many parts I will do, but if you still want to submit your block design for me to try to upgrade, you can submit it in the form in the description. With that being said, let's move on to the first submission that I chose to upgrade. They submitted an unfinished level, so I just chose one structure and tried to upgrade it. My main issue with this is the structuring, because it's like basically just rectangles. So I'm going to take one of the blocks, this one for example. I'll copy it above the level and let's see what I can do with this. So I want to make the structure a bit more interesting. I'll try to make a bit more complicated shape than just rectangles. I think we could do something with this. We can also warp it and we have something. We have a different shape. I'll put these waves here for now. I'll do something later with them. Okay, I think this kind of structuring is a bit more interesting. Maybe let's make something on this side as well, so it's not just a straight line. Something like this. I think this is a bit similar to one of the blocks I did in Orchestrate. So now let's try adding these waves somewhere. I'm thinking of putting them like here, behind the block. And maybe we could have some green thing here that this wave is coming out from. I like when details in block designs are logically connected to each other and not just like randomly placed. Here they're kind of just there. They're not really connected to any other details. Maybe something like this. I don't really know. Okay, I think this looks pretty nice. Sometimes I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of trying out different objects until they work. And this is what I'm doing right now. And this is not it. Maybe some more wavy things could work. Let's try copying the waves and putting them in a higher layer. Maybe I'll make them slower. And I just realized it's also pulsing colors, but it doesn't look that bad, I think. I think you can kind of see my own style in this now. I don't know about these stars, they're pretty bad. No, this is not it. Actually, maybe let's use something from the level, like these fishes. This is probably heavily inspired by Fish God Mode. Let's see if I can make them work in this design. Let's make them similar color to the base. I don't know. The composition of this block is a bit weird with them. I don't think there should be very noticeable details here, because the top of the block is kind of the main focus. I don't know, I'm kind of stuck with this. Okay, what if they'll be like just outside the block, chilling? Maybe this works. Assuming this is like fish and this is water, we can add like seaweed maybe. Just kind of struggling to come up with any details without a specific theme. You can use the flower objects to make stuff like this. I'll add a slight glow on these fishes to kind of highlight them. I'll probably use one of these objects instead though. Maybe let's try doing something with these spikes. Honestly, I'll just put like some random particle object and I think it will look pretty good. Actually, I don't think the small ones need this thing. Otherwise it's a bit cluttered. Oh wait, I have an idea. Let's use these as a background detail. Maybe something like this for the background could work too. Some small blending detail. And it kind of just cuts off like this. So let's add like custom particles, for example. Should probably add a fade in time. Let's add some bubble particles as well. I think they could be cool. I think I'll stick with this as a final design. I think it's not bad. And let's see, let's compare with the original. And there we go. Well, it's definitely changed a lot. It's much more detailed now. It's definitely like a different style than what the creator was going for. I'm pretty happy with this. I hope you like it. And let's move on to the next block. So here's the next submission that I chose, and I really don't know if I can do this one. It's definitely a very unique block. So this is made of like static frames of animated objects, which is cool. I think animated objects are really underrated and you can make very cool stuff with them if you use static frames. It's all on one layer too, so it'll be really hard to work with this. I see you have like spheres. Maybe I'll start with this. Yeah, this is definitely the hardest one of this video. I don't know if I can make something good looking, because this is not my style at all. I'm really struggling to make this fire thing work here. Well, this is more similar to what I wanted to look like. Yeah, this one requires a lot of thinking. Let's place it here. This is where it was in the original, and copy and paste it over here as well. Actually, this one will be like mostly in the ground. Maybe I should move it like here. And let's make the outline for the block itself. It's made of a lot of different animated objects. These ones are used for the corners. Let's try adapting them to our design. And let's change the colors. Let's try copying them from here. How is this even connected? Oh, this block design is insane. What even is this animation? Oh, I never used this one. Yeah, we can use some of the last frames to make a curved line. This is kind of interesting. This is unlike anything that I've done before. I don't think I've worked with this kind of designs before. I think I'll just add an outline here at this point. Just realized I'm doing this all on one layer. Yeah, there's no way I could have done anything to this design if I worked directly on top of it. Now I need to figure out a way to fill this design inside. I don't know how to feel about this. What do we have here? We have more fire. What can I do with this? There are these white circles, but I'm not sure if I want to use these objects. I think they're a bit weird. Let's try something similar, but with a different object. Yeah, it's all blending together too much. So let's try adding a shadow for this. Yeah, I don't know. This is a really hard one. And I changed a lot of things. It's like way more saturated now. It's basically a different design already. It's getting more messy like this. But that also makes it more similar to the original design. Yeah, it's tough. And I'll add some more spikes on top. Yeah, the result of this one isn't that good, but to be fair, this is what I'm working on. So like, considering how hard this one was, I think it's okay. I hope you'll like it. It's not that great, but it was really hard to do something with this. The next design is by Christy K, and I really like the vibe of this one. It's pretty atmospheric. I like it. So let's see what I can do with this. I think this is another one that will be easier to make from scratch. I'll just take the outline. I'll probably keep the structure. So what do we have here? We have this, we have these blocks, and I think these squares are gonna be what I'm gonna start with. I like these flowers. I like how you use the heart object for the flower. And I'll try to expand this idea a bit more with the flower things. I have an idea with some glow here. Let's see if it works. And let's add some brighter glow on top, so that the lines that the player lands on are highlighted. Now let's add something like these squares. Then this will be bright blue. Let's add some glow. And let's set up the particles. I'm not gonna just copy them from the original one. I'll try to recreate them myself. Let's use these lines. They'll be rotated 90 degrees. So something like this. I should fix the colors a little bit so you can see the particles better. And there we go. I think it could be cool to add outline around this block, like a glow outline. I'll add this glow outline and also another outline like this. I think it would be cool if it was a bit off grid. And yeah, we have some layering issues here. There we go. Let's add more of these and add size variance. Let's take these lines and create something similar. I want to keep as much things from the original designs as possible. We can kind of expand this idea. I'm thinking of making some kind of hologram on this thing, on this platform. Otherwise it's kind of there for no reason. Yeah, something like this. Let's add just a little bit of glow here. And we can have like spikes here as our holograms. Let's add more of these spikes here. I think this looks pretty cool. Okay, now let's do the flowers. This is a pretty interesting part. I like these flowers. First of all, let's add some highlights on this flower. I think it could look cool if we had a smaller heart here. I do like this theme a lot. I like the flowers mixed with these kind of displays, holograms and stuff. Let's try making something inside the block. Some small details like this, just for some texture. Really unsure about this. I'm thinking of adding more of these flower things and like grass inside the block too. No, this is not working out really well. Yeah, this one could maybe work. I don't think this grass object will look good. It usually doesn't. I kind of like this. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I want to keep it like this or add something more. Still don't like these connectors that much. Yeah, I think this is a finished design. There we go. Let's move on to the next block. Okay, this is the next design I'm going to work on. This is already pretty cool, but let's see what I can do with this. This one will be pretty hard too, because it's like... it's good already. So it uses these blocks as outlines. Maybe I'll connect these two. Then there's like this yellow blending layer in the blocks. I'll do it with these objects. Maybe I'll make some of them brighter than another. I don't really know what I'm doing right now, to be honest. I'll shift the hue a little bit to add more color variety, maybe. Let's try adding something more to these connector lines. I feel like I'm just making this design more over decorated. Okay, now let's do the flower thing. I'm thinking of doing it on a background layer. Like, I think my only problem with this design is that this and the connector lines, they kind of blend in together. So let's just copy them and try making them like a background. And then we can make a parallax using scale and area move. I'll scale this down to like 0.9. The area trigger should have values like this to match the scale trigger. Okay, I like the parallax. Another thing I could do is add area fading glow. Maybe with a random offset slightly. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Maybe let's add some colored squares as a background for this, because these connectors are starting to form some kind of a structure already. Maybe let's also add a parallax to this. I don't know. Now it all kind of feels disconnected. Maybe that's fine. Maybe I just need to add something to this layer that connects it to the ground, and it'll be like a separate thing. I also really like these wavy things. Maybe let's try expanding this idea and adding this to our design. This could also use some parallax, but in the other direction. Is it good? I don't know if it's good or not. Okay, let's add arrows as our final touch. I think I'll make them black instead of yellow, because they're kind of connected to this structure and not everything else. Oh, I completely forgot about these spikes. I think they look pretty good, actually. I really like them, so I'll just keep them and add to my design. I just realized I scaled these with the scale trigger the wrong way, so there are no gaps, but I think this is actually better, so I'll keep it. Maybe I'll just copy and paste this and also use as a background. I'm making it darker, so I'll also add a hue shift for it so it looks nicer. Yeah, maybe my main issue with the original design was that it's all kind of flat. It's all on the same layer. And I kind of added more depth to it using parallax. I also added more color variety by hue shifting darker details towards red. So I think the result is pretty nice. That's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, you can like and subscribe to my channel and let me know in the comments which design is your favorite. I'll see you in the next part of this video.